Kevin Durand.
How are you?
Apes together.
Yeah.
Strong. Apes.
Okay, you can't make me do the vocalizations.
Apes
Teach me how very quickly.
together. Strong.
That's so cool. A quick point of a note though, is it correct that I think Proximus, your character, Proximus Caesar, does a shape like this, sort of?
However, his massive muscles will allow his hands to come together.
I feel like, I don't know if I'm reaching Kevin in this interview. We'll dig deep, but fine bonobo in front of me doing a great job as it is. I'll apologize right at the top because I feel like what I'm really going to be asking you for the next 10 minutes is just for a crash course in how to become an ape.
Oh, my pleasure.
Because you did an exceptional job.
Really?
For all of you listening and watching, this is Kevin Durand, plays Proximus Caesar in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Hello. Welcome to my kingdom.
It's all the way in the back of the throat. I need like 5 whiskeys and 8 bananas. So for me, I've always had a special place in my heart for this series. Oh, man, of course, they're all blockbusters, but I feel like they don't get the love that they deserve. Like compared to other apocalypse movies, this one like takes center stage for me. It's just so finely crafted. Now, in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I really love the time scale of a lot of these. Like from the first to the second, it feels like a year. And then it's like 10 years. Then it's like 30. Give us a lay of the land of this movie.
Well, I think we had always discussed that it was, hundreds of years in the future. So I believe that the number we kept saying was 300, approximately 300 years, and the different ape societies have had time to evolve in their own way. They all experience their own type of
Evolution.
and
You're literally regressing me each time you make monkey sounds. My brain just like IQ drops, and I'm like, do it again.
Well, quite honestly, it's been a funny thing just in my everyday life. My wife keeps saying, please put him away. Because, with my daughters, when I first got back from Australia, it was literally like,
I was like, Winter. My daughter's name is Winter Fox. And I said, come and play with me.
and she was kind of scared, and I said,
I would like to be your friend.
and we would go off and play and have tea, and I was still Proximus. It took me a while to get out of it. They gave us a great ape school to get into ape mode, but they didn't give us a human school to re-enter society as humans. I think I prefer being an ape, honestly.
My kingdom. We will learn. Apes will learn. I will learn.
I'm glad that you were able to eventually rejoin us, and that you probably correctly potty trained, because I know apes have certain habits.
Yes, I stopped throwing poop at family members. They didn't appreciate that.
It was method.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We experienced this incredible situation where, they actually provided this extended ape school for us. So we all left all the different places that we came from all over the world to join this ape school. And we learned of the anatomical differences, first of all, to figure out how these differences would inform our movement. And then from there, you would inject who you thought your character was into that. And of course, the body would move. Owen Teague, after, I think it was in my 4th week of ape school, and they had already been shooting. And Owen, who plays Noah, they finished a scene, and Owen saw me from a distance, and we hadn't met as humans yet. And he kept staring at me, and he was kind of scared, and he was moving towards me. He wasn't breaking character, and I remember him looking at me through like the window of this truck, and then he slowly made his way over, and then he would get down and kind of put his hand up, and he was basically saying, "Come on, let's play. Come on, it's okay. It's okay. There's not, let go of your vanity. It's okay." And then all of a sudden, whew, and my chest came out, and he went, "Oh, oh, oh." And we ran off for 45 minutes. The first 45 minutes of us hanging out together were as Proximus and Noah. And we had this intense conversation. And I remember just speaking to him of how I had read in books that humans used to keep us in cages, and I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that that never happens again. And so an interesting relationship formed, all these levels to a relationship where, on page, like I was the baddie, but I was instrumental in the death of his father, right? So, and yet he's going, "Oh my God, you really make sense to me." So it became this really interesting dichotomy of like, do I hate him? Do I love him? And the layers just kept piling on, and we kept improvising. And then we started to go, "Oh, wow, you're also a cool human." And
once they broke out the dart guns.
Yeah. And so it's just a tremendous journey. And then to be able to see it on the screen and see all of my really dear friends, we all became a family on this. And I see the ape. I see the genius that Weta brought to it and that Wes brought to it. But I still see the humans. Because it's every idiosyncratic thing, all the minutia, everything was captured. They somehow, the wizardry that they pull off at Weta, it all came through.
There's a funny way of thinking about it, actually, is that as technology developed, VFX technology, it was perfectly tracking ape evolution, because there are certain ways that you'd have more rudimentary movements maybe in the earlier movies, and that's maybe what the technology could achieve at the time. But geez, the VFX in this is just ridiculous. So like, for me, one of the things I appreciated was Noah's father, just the stuff that they achieved with the eyes, that the actor as well achieves with the eyes.
Yes.
Loving tenderness, like...
Amazing.
So was there something that stood out for you? I know it's not your end of the deal, but in VFX, in visual effects, that blew your mind for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
What blew my mind was that I thought I tried to erase all preconceptions that I had because I'd never worked in this realm. But I thought that I would feel perhaps a little bit imprisoned by the technology, and it was the opposite. I was fully liberated by it because I no longer had to harp on my really annoying human vanity that constantly tells me when I look in the mirror. Every once in a while I'll say, "Oh, you look good," or it's like, "Oh God, really?" Because we all have that, and that was all gone. I could just completely disappear into Proximus, and it was exhilarating. It was intoxicating. Yeah.
I think that, geez, you guys must have then nurtured an atmosphere on set that, because, in a cliche sense, we say actors necessarily are vulnerable creatures. You've got a sound guy looking at you funny, you've got a lighting guy looking at you funny, you've got a camera crew and whatever, but you were able to submerge yourself so easily. I mean, describe then working with, you also worked with William H. Macy, one of the legends. The atmosphere, the kinship on working on Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Well, with Bill, it was amazing because we had done a movie together years ago called Wild Hogs, which was so incredibly fun that he stole that movie. He was so good. Yeah, seeing him again was wonderful. He came into a very tight knit family. We had been together for a long time, and his energy was so wonderful. He just fit in right away. He was walking around with his mandolin and singing us these terrific songs that he had written, these funny songs. He was just welcomed into the family right away. The rest of the question, I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm just saying that despite all the stereotypes of the vulnerability that actors necessarily feel, the atmosphere that must have been encouraged, including from Wes Ball.
Oh, God, it was we never thought about it. Everybody was just, I think everyone on that set was just so excited to be a part of this world. And, every day, like, we were also excited to be a part of that magic, because it really felt like magic. We would get to the end of takes and we would all look at each other. I mean, Owen and I in particular, we'd get to the end of takes and we'd look to each other and we'd both be kind of like still shaking and tears running down our eyes and just kind of go, feel good? And it's like, yeah, feel good. And then it's, oh, okay, here we go. It was just, it was. I hope that people find it as riveting to watch as it was to make, because we certainly, in the moment, everyone bought into it. And when we see it on the screen with all of the wizardry that Weta brought to it, it's like, it really completely blows my mind. And I'm so excited for everyone to see it. Everyone, go run to your theater. It's just
Run on all fours, bound. Go to Ape School to get there quicker. I don't know. No, truly, for someone who like I said myself is hooked on the series, and I feel like it's got so much that's important to say about stuff especially for me from South Africa, decolonial sort of stories and stuff like that. A fine addition to the series, and I encourage everyone to go see your exceptional performance as Proximus Caesar in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Congratulations, and thanks so much for your time, Kevin Durand.
Thank you.
What a wonderful day.
What a wonderful day. Apes together strong. People are going to think I'm insane if they don't know what this is.
Apes together strong.
From the horse's mouth. Thanks, Kevin.
Take care, brother.